Hello again, Jeff Green here with a fiscal week 49 market timing and analysis wrap up. That's the week ending last Friday, which was December 10th. So please like, subscribe, and share these videos. That would be awesome. Help me out a great deal. So let's take a quick look at where we were last week. This is how we finished last week. Let me get my little pen here. And we had this sort of downtrend line that I mentioned that we really needed to get above and stay above before we could consider that the trend has at least started to change, and that's happened. I did also point out that this is the 8-day moving average and this is the 3-day. You need to get a cross in there. I also mentioned that we might see some resistance at this level. If we get below this trend line, I think we were looking for a little bit more of a down move in the market. So let's take a look at what happened during the week. I think you'll find this very interesting. I'm going to bring the current week's VTI over. Okay, this is the weekly chart on the left, and this is the broadest index with volume that you can get. This is why I like it so much. Give me a second here to get all these things adjusted. Okay, so over here, this was the prior Friday's trading, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I got them backwards. Anyway, this was the week of essential trading after we had this big bounce off here. We actually did see the 3x8 cross. Let me remove this trend line here. The 8-day is in green, 3-day is in red. So you can see that we had a big jump above that early in the week. We got this big gap here, and that showed a very powerful move, although I'm not very convinced because of the volume. The volume, quite frankly, was not that big. Here's the volume on the beginning part of the week. We did get a MACD cross into the positive, which is good. We did get a indication that the on-balance volume was moving up. The advanced decline line at least moved up early in the week and then sort of flattened. But the DMI, the DI plus, has not yet moved across the DI minus. So it's unusual that you'll get all these indicators line up on the same day. So let's talk a little bit about what this might indicate for the upcoming week of trading. Like I mentioned, we still got this downtrend line the market has moved above. We seem to have, on the last 4 days of the trading week, built a little sort of base in here with the top right there and the bottom right there. This bottom here makes a lot of sense when you look at this high volume day, which is, in this area here. That high volume day held, so that was a good indication that this might be a good base that we could build a launch from. The Chiku line it moved up greater than prices and then stalled, came back a little bit on this week's action. So need to watch that carefully. So what do I think about this week's market? I think we need to get a close above this line, and if that happens, I think we'll move pretty sharply up to this area. I think this area might give us some resistance, but you never know with this market. It might just bust right through it and scream upward. So you need to be quick on your feet. If we close down below here, if we close down in this area here, I think we might see a move down to either this area of support, which is the green cloud. Of course, we've got this 50-day moving average, which also coincides with that green cloud. And then, of course, this is the lower trend line that has saved us, I think I mentioned last week, like 4 or 5 times in the last year. So watch for a close above this high on this base or a close below. So that's it for this week's presentation on the chart. I wanted to show everybody that I have added something that I find quite useful to my regularly updated stock list. So let me show you how you can find that. I'll bring my pointer here, and I'll bring my website over here. So I think you'll find this interesting. You go to top stock list and you click on that. Now you have to be a registered user to obtain these, so they'll be right here. 49 is not up yet, but it will be by the time you view this video, so you'll be able to click on that. And then, of course, once you click there, there'll be an opportunity to download an Excel file with the list. So if you just go to this link here for an Excel spreadsheet, and this link here for a PDF file. So you click one of those and you'll get fiscal week 49's best stocks for this trading. So let me show you a little bit what I added. Let me bring up a preloaded spreadsheet. So this is fiscal week 49's top stocks. And what I added here is two numbers. I added this, one number. I added this correlation number. Now this is useful because this shows how correlated these stocks are with the market movement. And you need to remember that a good portion, you can never prove this exactly, but a good portion of a stock's move is related to the move of the overall market, which is why I like to watch the broadest market indicator, which is VTI. So you can see that in this week's list, I've sorted these in decreasing order of correlation. So Google is on top. You can see that quite clearly there, that Google is the most highly correlated moving stock with the market, and then it decreases from downward. Now, you might find very good trades in lower numbers, but if I'm going to trade something, I'm going to start looking at this list in this direction, because if I'm watching the market and I think the market's going up, I want to buy stocks that are highly correlated with the market, but that I also get an alert on. And you can go back to my page and get alerts every day should you be interested. Let's take a look, which I find very interesting. Let's take a look at the least correlated, well, can I get a pointer here? The least correlated stock to the market is our old friend Tesla. Here's Tesla. Now, is Tesla a bad stock? No, I don't. I think it's a good stock. I think that it has a lot of interest, but unfortunately, it's negatively correlated with the market. Does that mean it's in a bearish mode? No, it doesn't mean it's in a bearish mode. It means that it's just currently not correlated with the market. So if the market moves up, Tesla is likely to lag. So in order to show you how that works, let me bring up a chart of, let me get rid of those things. Let me bring you up the chart that I have used I use this very frequently. I use this on a daily basis if I'm looking to buy individual stocks. So this is a horizontal chart, two charts, right? We've got VTI at the top. You can see VTI here. And the last stock I was looking at, as a matter of fact, I still have a position in Trex. So Trex is compared to the market. Trex, I think on the spreadsheet was down about 80% or something like that. But let's do this. Let me erase this. Pointer back. Let's do the top stock correlated in the market that's on my list. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to type in Google. Now, so you can see that the market, which is shown by VTI in here, is almost a mirror image of Google, highly correlated with the market. So when we talked about getting above this price pattern here, you could expect Google to act pretty much the same. Okay? So that's high correlation. It's very key to finding and owning stocks that are moving with the market. If you're a market watcher like I am, then you'll get more traction with that than just about anything else. So let's look at Tesla, which was not a bad stock, but just not very coordinated with the market at the present time. So Tesla, you can see I've got a trend line drawn across the tops of the most recent stocks. Right here. Tesla is not very coordinated with the market. It's going down in this area here, while the market is sort of marking time or getting stronger. So is that, like I said, does that mean Tesla is a bad stock? Absolutely not. I would be looking to buy Tesla if it gets above this trend line. If it gets above this trend line and closes above this trend line, at the same time that the market closes above this trend line, Tesla will become more correlated with the market and would be a good buy, in my opinion only, once you get a bullish stock signal on my alert page. So I hope that helps. I'm going to include this correlation number in future stock lists because I use it personally. And quite frankly, if you're looking at 20 stocks and the market's going up, which one do I want to buy? I want to buy the one that's going up with the market once I have a bullish swing trading signal. So hope that helps. Hope you have a wonderful rest of the weekend and a great week trading. And I will talk to you again next week. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye-bye.